morning. Good morning. I'm just burning me a little sage to get out some evil spirits.
Little smudge work, I see.
Yeah, now what is that smudge work?
I'll tell you
I
exactly.
read about it.
In Native American culture, smudging is where you take a certain kind of sage, because there's different versions of it, to remove different unwanted entities and presences. And you go and very gently glide it across the wall, up and down each corner, every corner of the room, every window, every door, around the doorknobs. You just like glide, and you glide it so that any unwanted energy, you like glide it out the window or out the door, and then shut the door, and it can't come in uninvited because you know about it. You saw it inside leave.
Great. I'll be smudging. How you doing,
Yes.
girl? Good morning.
I feel heavenly of a mood. I'm thrilled to be here with you guys. It's been a long weekend. Everyone's feeling festive in uptown.
Now, what do you mean by feeling festive?
Like, I think because technically they had Friday night, for those with jobs, they had Friday night, and then there was Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and they got to go mostly back to work tomorrow. So that's like an extended break, and everyone's taking full advantage that the weather cooled down and it's not to Indian summer yet, so it's like pleasant, easy breezy, and beautiful. Everyone's having the time of their lives in uptown, doing cookouts, chilling on the block, just to have no kind of problems.
Right? That's good.
Having their fun before they're cooped in for winter. For all that stuff.
Have you spoken to any of the girls?
Friends and people who are about stuff, you know. Anyone that's like lagging and staying behind has to get left in the dust, I'm afraid, because I'm trying to go to the next level through the stratosphere. And some of these girls just can't hang. They can't hang. They cannot. They just cannot.
What's been going on? Any late gossip? Any tea?
Yes. And I'm about to spill it to everybody right now. I can't wait to tell everybody. Because,
Oh my
listen,
goodness.
as a lot of you... Huh?
No, I said, oh my goodness.
Yes, girl, I was distracted because your lip gloss is beaming, girl. Straight.
Ooh.
Giving light. Ooh, blow 'em a kiss, girl. Blow 'em a kiss. Blow your fans a kiss. I have something I gotta tell y'all about.
Sister Voices Speaking is a platform that I want everyone to be able to share their voice. I'm just going to burn some sage while I'm talking because it's the end of the summer, and in my culture, we enter the dead season, fall, and we get ready for the last harvest and remove some dead spirit, bad energy. But my girlfriend Misty has something to say. She, not too long ago, has been having like all these different omens happening. And I remember when someone had called her phone and they were like, oh, I'm coming to hang out. And it's someone that I've been saying, girl, I don't know about that person. You probably shouldn't hang out with them as much. And she was like, oh, well, I don't know. I'm just going to hang out with her. And then all of a sudden she goes downstairs and she opens the door and it's like fire trucks and ambulance, and it was just red flashing lights. And we kind of kikied amongst each other because we were like, you literally just got off the phone with that person in seconds and you go open the door to like red flashing lights. It was a joke amongst us, but you would get it if we could really tell you more details. But this has been weighing heavy on her heart, and I just want to let my sister talk. This platform is for all of us, and get away, Eva. Let's hear what she has to say. Hey, Misty, share your story about the accident that you saw the other day.
Oh, it was a whole lot. I was taking a long walk. I had actually taken some photos of myself on the plaza downtown. I came up Central, and I noticed like a considerable amount of flashing lights, and I actually put on the song Kanye West flashing lights on my little speaker, my little Miss Speaker, because I'm funny like that, and I was amused. But as I got there, there was nothing funny about what I saw.
My goodness.
First of all, I came. Yes. Oh my God. I was in such a happy-go-lucky mood. I came approaching towards Lexington and Central Avenue, and Central at that point was already pretty lit up. The fire trucks had locked that block off. They blocked the block off. Well, they had to for the safety. It was a terrible scene that I walked up on. First of all, I didn't know quite what was happening. I looked because there was a bunch of commotion around what had been a motorcycle car crash. I didn't know what happened, but people began to tell me. Now, mind you, I said to somebody, what happened? What happened? A white vehicle pulled up to the corner in back of me, and an African-American female, emotional, crying, so hurt, so just insane with grief, came out, and she approached. I looked, and there was a Chinese woman across from where I was standing. Now, this is just my opinion and my interpretation of my observations, but I took some footage to share with you guys because I did think it was rather unbelievable. Like, if I told this story, people would think, oh, she's exaggerating. No, it was very real. So anyway, yeah, from my perspective, the woman who pulled up, being driven, accompanied by an African-American male, pulled up. A woman jumped out, really upset, and the driver said, oh no, stop what you're doing, don't do this. But she couldn't hold back her emotions. She approached, very upset, the Chinese woman who was pretending to not know a word of English and just very cold, very nonchalant, just staring off, kind of like deers in the headlight, like, did I do that? Like a Steve Urkel moment in Chinese, like, did I do that? Like, see, I don't know in my heart if it was racist, but I had a real good feeling that something just wasn't right. It felt real unfair to me, and sometimes people don't have a shred of emotion to even emote at this point in this world. Crazy how cold of a cruel world it's becoming. The woman breezed past me and was heading towards the Chinese woman. And I'm not going to say exactly what she said. She was kind of like real direct and like, why did you come to this country? You're acting like you can't speak English. You have to drive if you're here. What did you do? And the woman just ignored her and kind of looked a different way. Who, mind you, this woman, Chinese, had done a U-turn and struck an African-American motorcyclist, and he was killed on impact. That's a fact. I won't tell you how I know. Well, I'll tell you how I know they did. Yeah, she hit that man. Didn't feel an ounce of sorrow or sympathy or sadness whatsoever. And then wanted to act as though, oh, I'm afraid. She pulled the whole like timid, oh, like she didn't speak English. Now, mind you, the handbag and the whole outfit was Americanized as can be. She looked like a business owner's wife of like that her husband owns a successful like kind of Chinese hair shop or China food panda shop or something. But she real quick jumped into, oh, I don't, oh, and then just like kind of looked off like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Why is everyone mad? I'm afraid. These people are being yelled. They're coming at me. Oh my God.
That's why I burn my sage, honey, because it's just too many things going on. People acting like, oh, I could just, do a U-turn and oops, I killed an African-American man. Me not speak English. Oh, no, ma'am. No.
Girl.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
The woman, but listen, what happened next was the real gag. The police, about 6 or 7 of them, charged at the angry, upset woman who probably got a call about her relative getting in an accident. They charged at her as if she's the one that had just killed someone in cold blood with a vehicle. She was coming to check on her relative or people, and about 6 or 7 of them, they didn't even charge with a good kind of charge of a credit card. They straight said, we're not going to be doing this tonight. And they brought her around the corner from the crowd. I don't know what they did to her, but she never emerged. The driver was like, oh no, what just happened? And there was so much happening at once. At that point, they unrolled the crime scene tape. A little while later.
Wait a minute. They charged her when she come. Why would you do a U-turn and hit my family member, Miss Chinese lady, and then they run after the black woman and charge her and put her in the car, and she's just having emotions?
There's more tea. This is the critical heart of the tea that I want everybody who I sent the footage. This is my voice to explain why I private messaged several people politically connected and friends in the community of a snip of the footage that I could show. Because the rest of it was very gruesome, I'm going to be honest. But I knew I would be bringing this up and addressing it to the public here and now. Because to me, it was a little odd because across on like the hood side of Lex, there was a bunch of Black Lives supporters, individuals who were applauding the police. They were all, oh, because the police appeared to have it all under control. Now with the absence of police in Uptown lately, why would they applaud? Black Lives Matter applauding a killing of an African-American motorcyclist because the police seemed and appeared to be so on it and so about the cause of cleaning up the scene and getting it under control. But it wasn't under control because they lunged at that woman and put her around the corner right out of the scene. Who knows what they did to her? I know she never emerged from back around that corner where they took her off. And then they separated the male driver and was like, why is she here? What are you guys trying to pull? Why are you being emotional and outraged? Like, really, your relative just is on the concrete. His blood is circling. He was killed on the impact. She just heard this, came to check on her people. So the police kind of gave an illusion of, look, Albany, look, Black Lives Matter, we care. We really got this under control. You're safe in our hands. Those Black Lives people, they cheered. They said, oh, yay. But the thing is that from my POV point of view, the whole problem is a bigger issue of Black Lives Matter versus Blue Lives Matter, which is the counter movement to Black Lives Matter, where the police are trying to claim how, now mind you, they're the law, they're the ones protecting us, but they're acting like, oh, we're being bullied by the public, these Black Lives Matter are killing us, and that accident made me feel sad to the point that I was devastated walking away from that place.
Wow.
Honestly, I was so disturbed. Like the ambulance very just slowly, nonchalant, pulled off with a dead human being in there, followed by a police escort, just ever so slowly going to Albany Med. I mean, yeah, he was dead, but like, it was just something didn't settle with it. I can't, in Albany these days, everything's this lawlessness that's happening. What does our mayor think about this mess? I mean, I called about 3 days ago to tell her, I called Thursday to complain about the abandoned building being taken over next door once again, and about certain things that are not being done with police not attending to crimes, and how they basically, some of them allegedly, Mayor, what are you doing? Or should I say, what are you not doing? Because I'll tell you this right now, if Mayor Jerry Jennings was in control, everything would be a whole different scene. He would be respected and get things done in a professional leadership way. Not someone that's trying to like have her nails done and be friends or camera ready or polite. That's not what the mayor job calls for. Now, mind you, the other day I was going to CVS to get my prescriptions, and at the corner, like at the next block up on Robin, there was like a whole bunch of addicts. They were smoking crack right on the corner of Central and Robin. About 5 addicts just passing around a hot pipe, rubbing it, trying to cool it down, hurry, pass it around. I was like, am I looking at this on Central? Hold on. What time? What the fuck time is it? It's this. This is what we're doing in Albany these days. Like the addicts have taken over, where they could just smoke in public. And then there was a couple of them off by the Camino Nuevo, which is some like heroin rehab. 2 of them were shooting up. I said I could not believe it. I had to get a witness. I saw this white girl I used to know, and I said, "Girl, what has happened?" I said, "Do you see what I see?" And she's like, "Girl, it's been happening all day. I've been here. It's been happening all day like this."
Girl, they're right on the corner, just on the corner, girl. Just
girl. Not even off in like the hood part, like right blatantly on the corner of Central.
So my question is, where is the mayor? Where is the beat cops? Where are the cops on the bike? Where is the mayor? Like, where is she? Mayor?
She probably was at that Chinese woman's shop getting her nails did that day.
No, that was Pelosi. Mayor, put the salad down. The knife and the fork and the salad.
Yes. Put it down, honey. There's things to do. You can have plenty of time to relax and vacay. And
I know exactly what Misty is talking about, because the other day it was myself, Miss Misty, and another mutual friend, and we were all on our way to go to Connie Center to go shopping. And I happened to see these 2 cute little girls coming across the street, and I'm so thankful I'm led and moved by the Spirit. Thank you. I burn candles. I mean, I'm always led by the Spirit. And I happened to look into the bus stop, and I seen these people. They were out there just toking it up and smoking it up. And I said to them, wait a minute, listen, why not go to an abandoned building? You have an abandoned building, you got the park. Why not go somewhere where you can relax? Why would you want to do that right there at the bus stop? Now, you know, people are recovering addicts. Some people are weaker than others. You know, I'll even share my story. I've had addiction problems. Suppose that was my drug of choice, or someone that I know is drug of choice, and they would instantly relapse. It's terrible. And I'm just trying to figure out, where is the mayor? Why isn't there beat cops walking and stopping this? Because if you are a recovering addict, you are going to relapse. And I see commercials always on the program on the TV saying, you know, we're here, New York, you know, with the whole thing, they got this campaign about, you know, during the pandemic, you know, people, you know, may relapse. It's almost like they want them to relapse. You know, they're not even patrolling the corners anymore or the streets, and people are in the bus stops. And I'm an essential worker, whether I have a vehicle or not. Suppose I had a vehicle and I wanted to save gas and travel by bus. So what? At the bus stop? Like, at the bus stop. And I also had to like tell them, get out the bus stop, go somewhere else. And thank goodness I did that, because these 2 little girls were coming down the street. Suppose they could have got picked up. Their mothers are just thinking, oh, McDonald's is across the street, you know, go get something to eat, little 99-cent cheeseburger, whatever they want. And then you got these people, I'm not going to say they're offenders, but if you're doing that kind of drug, you could become an offender.
As if I was their parent, I would be extraordinarily offended, as the woman was. She grabbed her girls and guided them right away from the disgusting behavior, because it wasn't even what they called demon time, these young kids. It was like 1 or 2 in the day, and this is like broad daylight of, and girl, tell me they didn't jump on the bus and move. We went to the bus, and they had already jumped to the next bus stop and doing their shit, doing their mess at the County Center bus stop, taking tooths. That's even more public of a place. Shameless. A low down dirty shame, I tell you. Jada Pinkett, never mind your entanglement. Albany is a low down dirty crying shame. This is what I saw. 2 minutes before I walked away because I could not take anymore. The ambulance very ever so slightly pulled off, followed by a police escort vehicle just ever gradually into the night, kind of crept off as all this scene was and all the like mess happening. People thought the cops saved the day. The Chinese one thought that the cops really helped get another offender, violent, emotional person taken away. So I guess everyone was happy but me, that woman who lost her person of relative or friend, the man who was left holding the bag of, oh no, the police took another person away behind some mess. And basically the man who was bagged up in a body bag and just ever so nonchalantly, just ever so slowly peeled off into the night with the loudest siren, but the slowest foot on the pedal. Terrible, just terrible. Energetically, I felt drained of the injustice and just how things could be such smoke and mirrors and mirages and fabrications and fantasies and even delusions purposefully placed in the public to let things seem that there's a certain way, but the reality, reality of it all, quite frankly, is that it's all a dream. It's all a mirage. It's all an illusion. Like those ferocious beats I put on my face. Look, you see, a little bit of makeup. I'm giving like a vibe. But that's like for entertainment, for beauty. This is not beauty of a tutorial. This is a serious life and death matter. Do not feed into the hype, people. Black lives matter, blue lives matter. Just think black and blue. Black lives matter, blue lives matter. It symbolizes violence. Black and blue reminds me of the bruises I used to have when my unstable lover in my life used to beat me unmercifully. I would have black and blues to remind me, and always those two colors symbolized violence. So black lives matter, blue lives matter. It breathes of hate, of violence, of aggression, of underhanded, like slithering around. Definitely not about. I miss the old Albany. I miss the old Albany. I'll never forget when I first fell in love with Albany. The multiculturalism, the historic architecture, because I'm big into preservation actually and historic things of value. It was a beautiful place. I came here in '99. My first trip here was to go to this club called the Power Company. It was a whole different life. The house music, the people, the colorful characters, and just to see what's happened in 20 years. 2 short decades of space to go from this plummeting to the floor. Like platinum to linoleum of a record deal kind of artist of a thing going on, if you ask me. I mean, Power Company. Remember the beautiful bar Rome? It had like a Greek, like my name is Athena Mystique on here, and I always felt like Athena, the goddess of love and war. But when I would see those beautiful Greek statues and the beautiful decorations and the faux flowers and the Albany, 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 come back to me. Beautiful Albany, where did you go? Why are you hiding from me?
I remember when I moved to Albany in '96, it was beautiful, it was clean, it was nice, there wasn't a lot of trash on the streets, you didn't have people. Girl, you couldn't even get Lucy's back in the days. Like, let alone being in some bus stop doing some drugs. You couldn't even get Lucy's
Absolutely
back in the
not.
days. Like,
absolutely not on Jerry Jenner's clock would any of this be going down, because he was a professional. That's the problem in politics. There is a big difference between friends and being liked and being not as liked, but having control and authority and leadership and a form of like rules and like that things have to be done up and up and on the level.
What would you?
No mayor should be the girl next door or a friend. That's
What
what friends are for. In the words of
what
Dionne Warwick.
what grade? What grade would you marry? Would you grade the mayor? Like, what grade would you give her? As far as like
On a
the,
scale
the
of
cleanliness of the streets, as far as like,
oh god.
I know that there's essential workers out there who work and travel by bus and may need to go to the restroom. There's no place for them to go to the restroom. A lot of businesses are saying, oh no, we're closed for that because of Corona. You can't go to the bathroom where you used to could go to the bathroom. Now there's really hardly any place for you to go to the bathroom. There's no porta potties. How do essential workers go to the bathroom if all these businesses are
Oh
closed?
god.
What would you grade Mary? What would you grade the mayor today?
Well, is it on a scale of what to what? Like 1 to 4, 1 to 10, 1 to 100? Give me a barometer.
I would say A, B, C, D, or F.
F minus, because it's like a epic fail, not just a fail. Like, girl. I have never seen in my life, and I live uptown, baby. And I have seen so many of those candle things for the people who've been shot. And I was there for the looting and for all the busted glass on the streets and the twisted lies of, oh, do you see what these African American angry, uncivilized people have done here? When meanwhile it was like white anarchists around the corner cutting, making, blowing up shit, lighting fires. Sorry for the language, but seriously, like it just seems like it's meant to lead people to think a way that it is not, on purpose, to make everyone upset and lawlessness and chaos. What are they ushering in? I mean, honestly, who can't connect the dots? Oh, the police are dropping the ball. There's an election coming up, so we're gonna have people at mad talking about defund the police here. Black Lives Matter causing chaos there.
Do you think that there's something, I gotta put on my glasses. Do you think that something
Girl,
bigger is gonna happen? Do you think there's like a girl? Somebody said something about a
I
total
think something's being
shutdown.
ushered in. Well, yeah, it would be. Who would that be convenient for? Can you think? Because it's not convenient for the citizens of all. Down, down. It's gone, and I just can't with the litter and the core values and the corruption and the money, like not being into the communities, but like misappropriation on all kinds of political levels. I mean, seriously, a cocktail party versus pay someone to clean the litter off of Central and the back streets in Sherman. You're going to have the nerve to have just litter and broken beer bottles and broken hopes and broken dreams and a beautiful, beautiful city just in a state of complete, just like, it almost reminds me of like the Greek, like rubble of something that was formerly glorious. I mean, I moved here because it was a beautiful, beautiful city. Historic, culture, rich with people, rich with life. Everything done very well. Like, oh, look at the gardens. Look at the park. Look what the city has done for us. I thought Mayor Jennings was a little bit of a hard ass. I'm not going to lie, but I gave him respect of, look at the city I live. I'm proud to live here. Where I live right now, I'm proud of my house, my garden, my immediate surroundings. But when I leave the property of where I reside, it almost makes a tear want to fall of, where did the beauty go? Where did the like pride go? Where did the money shift off to? Where did the core values of the place go? And basically, this to me feels like a legacy lost. It would take a whole lot to recover the downwards plummet that has happened. Is this not the capital region, like where the laws get made? This is the capital, right? Capital of New York State. Should like really be an area because of politics where it's a classy, together, stable environment. Certainly shouldn't be one big block party for the local crackheads, prostitutes, and heroin fiends running the show, pulling the strings on Central Ave. Where are the police? Are they like secretly on strike, just like letting the mayor sign their figurative? I can't with this. I cannot.
Albany used to be a very beautiful city, and I don't want to say that's not becoming a beautiful city, but I think that there's just a lot of lawlessness going on. I
Yeah.
miss I miss the old Albany when the streets was clean. There's so much garbage. The buses are nasty. The drivers are rude. They're flying down the street, slamming on the brakes. It's almost like a social experiment. Let's fly down the street as fast as we can and then slam on our brakes and see if anybody complains because they're not wearing a seatbelt. I've been noticing lately. I don't understand why these drivers are flying down the streets and then slamming on the brakes when no one else has a seatbelt but them.
Like on our way home from Colony Center, he slammed on the brakes. They're not conditioned to do that. It was two white people and everyone black, and the driver done slammed on the brakes because the car went by. The people done did the jerk. Gonna have whiplash behind that, and the driver's just like, hody, hody, ho. Look, I'm a hero. I didn't crash the bus.
And I said something to him. I said, you're not trained to slam on the brakes. You're trained to you're trained to be able to operate that big machine, swerve around, or their air brakes, lightly step on the brakes. You don't slam on the brakes.
No. Yeah, let's just give all these African-American Rosa Parks people whiplash so I look like a hero that didn't damage their bus and make a scratch on their city property and cost the city some money. The city of Albany has a bag of money, bags of money over money. It's not a money problem. There's a lot of currency here. Let's get that straight right now. I've known some very successful people who've lived here with over $1 million in their bank account, who took pride in the historic culture, the history, the legacy, that this is the capital of New York State where so many laws have happened. I was in the place when agenda got passed. I saw agenda get passed. I used to do lobbying. I used to be so happy that people had a voice to like go into the senators and assemblymen's offices and speak our mind and plead, look, this is why we need X, Y, and Z of rights, and they would listen reasonably. What's happening now isn't reasonable to me. It's quite ridiculousness. Period, point blank. Ridiculousness, straight up and down.
It's crazy. It makes no sense. So I wanted to do a temperature check. How did you feel like after you saw that accident and after you saw like blatant racism? Let's just do a temperature check. How did you feel then, and maybe how do you feel now?
Well, I'll tell you the real honest to God feeling, because it's starting to leave me, but I think this will give me closure. Speaking it out of my thoughts and out into the energy and atmosphere. I came home, I just wanted to pull it together. I sat on my steps and put on a little Anita Baker, Caught Up in the Rapture with my speaker, because I wanted to decompress what I had just like seen unfold. But something in my mind said to shut the music off and just to really examine the footage and see, like, am I crazy? Am I doing too much? Am I reading into it at all? The more I looked at the footage and really saw, connect the dots, it made me immediately feel emotionally drained. Like I felt a physical exhaustion as a person who does energetic work, and I felt an overall sadness, hopelessness, and frustration, and that justice had completely had a miscarriage in this entire episode. Every single wrong thing that could have been done, I feel. And then the people from Black Lives Matter, thank you, police. I mean, really, I understand Black lives do matter. All lives matter. Every person is created of equal value on this planet. It is only your conduct what makes people different, but our souls weigh the same. All souls weigh the same. Why did that Chinese woman get away with murder that her soul was so special because of her expensive handbag and nice patent leather shoes and nice upper middle class outfit. And then the police are gonna like what I don't know if they caught on or if they were just playing along to think, oh she doesn't speak a word of English, this poor woman. Let's get this aggressive black woman. And then to make the people applaud, it was a mockery, it was a slap in the face, and quite frankly, it was like the whole ball got dropped several times. Like it didn't even get pitched once, just drop, 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 drop. Let's drop all the balls we got and make all the people think that we're heroes in the process. Like it's a way to make a mockery of justice and all that is fair and good in the world. That's my opinion. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It just wasn't right. I had to go to sleep. I had to go take a couple tokes and just like sleep and let the spirits deal with it in my carriage of justice.
So what
And
was
the
your
way it
temperature
was
check
so
then?
like,
What was your temperature check?
then
It
it was
was
3, now it's 11. It went from 3 to 11. I'm at 11 now. I was at a 3 that night. Come back. Come back. Clean streets, where are you? Come back to me. In the words of Janet Jackson, come back to me. I like things pretty and classy and functional. I certainly don't approve of this, what's going on. Please come back, please. Rapunzel, I'll get hair extensions. Climb up and come back to me. I miss you, clean, respectable Albany. I really miss you. Come back, please. Please emerge. Please recover. Pretty please. Please come back. It may have been down here, but now it's all the way up. Thank you, Sister Voices Speaking, for giving me a chance to tell the truth and share it with our community who needs to know about this stuff. Thank you again. Thank you for the voice. God bless. We need a prayer right now.
Girl, I'm glad you feel a lot better and you got that off your chest because I know it was bothering you. And you know, when you see like people sharing the emotions, which is normal, and then someone getting put away for it and it just seeming racially unfair, you know, I totally get that. Is there any last things you want to say? Like I wish that Albany come back. I wish that the streets get cleaner. I hope that the streets get safer. I don't know what defund the police means. It kind of feels like they are doing that. And by defunding the police, you get filth and shade and disgusting and just craziness. I don't think we should defund the police. I think we should defund maybe the big heads, the governors. Why we haven't gotten, you know, stuff that we need. Why should they get their car ride paid for, their flight paid for, their hotel paid for, their food paid for, their clothes paid for, all on our taxes? Meanwhile, they collect their whole check and their whole check banks up, banks up, banks up, banks up. And everything that would usually cost, like, I don't get how my job can say, oh, you know, you assume the responsibility to get to work, but other places who also assume the responsibility to get to work are getting tax-paid rides.
And then have the unmitigated gall to complain about people on welfare and food stamps eating up the budget. 1 cent of every dollar was going to SNAP. Can you imagine what percentage goes to those government officials' salaries? The way they live? Like the luxury life of a celebrity almost. Oh, let me get in my limo almost. Let's go to this cocktail party. Really, let's really get it in. Let's hire a prostitute. Let's do this, that, and the third on the taxpayer's dime. I miss that thing on the news when they would say, you paid for it, taxpayers, and do a little expose of some like real mess. Now there's so much mess. I mean, there's not enough footage on the news. The news would have to be 24/7 to talk about all this nonsense.
Well, let's just hope that our old Albany comes back. Let's just hope that the mayor puts down her salad fork and she picks up her pen and she starts getting things done. We shouldn't have to wait till the government. I mean, girl, I'm scared of this election and what's going on. I just hope everyone's safe. I I hope Most High God, you forgive us for all of our sins and you just keep us safe. I wish everyone safety. Misty, what's going on in the streets, girl? What's going on? I heard you ran into one of our good girlfriends.
Wait, hold on. My boss is calling me for one of my cleaning jobs. I can answer.
Sure.
Hello?
Well, Misty, I'll let you go. I know you got to get ready to go head to work.
Yes.
It was good checking in. I want to say that my temperature check was a 4, after hearing that story and after hearing all the things, but I'm now back to being a 10 because I got to talk to you and I'm glad that you're feeling much better. I hope Albany comes back. Please, we need our streets to come back. I love the Clean Albany and, hashtag Clean Albany. I mean, let's bring it back. It's my city. I love the 518. And I hope everyone has a happy Memorial Day. Misty, it was good to see you, girl.
Yes, I'm going to go get my propane grill going too. Talking about King of the Hill propane. Because I got some hamburger meat and I'm ready to make 2 nice juicy burgers. One for me and one to split amongst my 2 little Pierre and Chanel Marie. It's a holiday for them too, and I am a very loving dog mom.
Yay! Bye, girl.
On candid camera. What do you think of this movie scene? The weather sure is lovely, ain't it?
Let's see what celebrities come out.
Now to all my people watching this footage, I'll remind you that just 1 week ago in this exact location, somebody was killed by a motorcycle accident. And look, and energetically, there's a movie set taking place on this. I bet that man's blood ain't even dried up yet, and they making a whole movie. And just look, right around a picture of 4 Chinese women. Kind of seems like the Chinese own this block, and they don't want no African Americans on it. Because if you look, all of those staffers are clearly not black. Coincidence? I think not. Matter of fact, take you a good look. Take you a good look. Look how these Chinese people have convinced these police to block off their little thing. You may call me a conspiracy theorist or something, but a man died here a week ago. A week ago.